Welcome to today's episode of the podcast, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of GitHub and its transformative impact on coding, collaboration, and open source development. If you're a developer, a tech enthusiast, or just curious about how tools shape our digital landscape, you're in the right place. So let's kick things off. Have you ever wondered how developers manage to work on complex projects together, especially when they might not even be in the same room or the same country? Well, GitHub has revolutionized that space. It's not just a place to host code, it's a whole ecosystem designed to make collaboration seamless and efficient. Imagine this. You're working on a project and hit a snag. Instead of getting stuck, you can turn to the expansive GitHub community for advice, insights, and even direct collaboration. That's what makes GitHub unique. It opens doors for developers to engage in discussions, troubleshoot together, and refine their code collectively. Let's think about it. How cool is it to know you have access to thousands of minds ready to help at any moment? Now, moving on to the features that make GitHub so powerful. One standout feature is GitHub Actions. This tool allows developers to automate their workflows. Picture it. Instead of manually running tests each time you want to make sure your code is on point, you set up an automated process that does it for you, saving you time and reducing human error. It's like having an assistant who never sleeps and is always just a click away. Have you ever used any automation tools in your workflow? If so, how did they change your day-to-day tasks? And let's not forget about the code review feature. Imagine you're working on a significant piece of software, but want fresh eyes on it before it goes live. GitHub allows team members or even friends in the coding community to review your code, suggest improvements, catch potential bugs, and ensure best practices are followed. It's a real game changer for quality control. I remember once getting feedback on a project that made the final product so much better than what I originally had. It's truly eye-opening how teamwork can elevate quality. As we explore GitHub, we also have to touch on topics like security. Coding can be tricky, and with that complexity sometimes comes vulnerabilities. GitHub has introduced tools to help developers identify and fix these issues proactively. Imagine you found a critical vulnerability in a project after it was live. Having a system that alerts you before it hits production can save a lot of headaches. What would you do if you discovered a major issue just before a big launch? Speaking of fantastic features, let's chat a bit about GitHub sponsors. This initiative allows developers to receive financial support for their open source projects. Think about that. This is an incredible way to empower developers to keep working on their passion projects, knowing that their efforts can not only make a difference, but also provide them with some financial backing. Have any of you supported or considered supporting open source developers? It's a great way to give back. And of course, there's more. The ability to search through an enormous repository of code with GitHub Code Search can dramatically speed up the development process. It's like having a library of solutions at your fingertips. Have you ever found a snippet of code that perfectly fit your needs right when you needed it? As we wrap up today's episode, let's reflect on how GitHub continues to evolve and support the developer community. With features that enhance collaboration, automate workflows, and address security, it's clear that GitHub is an essential tool for today's coding landscape. So what's your takeaway today? How can you utilize these tools in your development process? Maybe think about joining a discussion or starting a project on GitHub. Until next time, keep coding creatively.